So the next product I'm going to be talking about, anybody who's dyed their hair will be familiar with these. They're the little conditioning treatments that actually come with the hair dye. So they'll normally look like this or this, and what I find is because I've got longer hair, I normally have to use 2 boxes, but I never use all the conditioner because you'll get 1 in each box. So normally, the ease of use, they're very easy. You use them after you've rinsed out your hair dye in most cases, or if you're not going to be dyeing your hair at the same time, you just use them after you've shampooed. You don't need a lot of it. Normally something like this will be able to get me through at least 3 uses. Something like this maybe about 4 uses. Now I've found them all to be very comparable to one another. On average, they don't really improve the shininess of my hair as much. They do definitely improve the silkiness of my hair and the moisturisation. I can notice a difference between my hair being drier before I do it and definitely a lot more moisturised after I've used these types of conditioning treatments. That is one thing I've noticed, and it makes sense because if you're going to be dyeing your hair, you're probably stripping the moisture out of it, and this is designed to lock it in and replace the moisture that you've just stripped out. So that's why I do like these, and they don't really cost you anything much. You just get them with your hair dye. If you don't dye your hair, don't really worry, you can replace it with other products, and there is one that I'm going to be speaking about next which is comparable to this. So as a conditioning treatment, I give these a 7 out of 10 also. While they don't improve the shine of my hair, the deep moisturising effect that it gives my hair is definitely well worth it, and considering that I don't really pay anything for these, they just come in the hair dye that I purchase, it's a bargain. So keep these little things, just pop them in a drawer somewhere, that way if you're ever in a desperate need for a conditioning treatment, or if you're travelling, you can just pop one of these in your travel bag and use it as a conditioning treatment while you're away on holidays. The next product is a specific product that looks like the previous products I've been talking about. However, it's not. You can buy it separately, and it's the Clairol Nice and Easy Colour Seal Intensive Conditioner. It's a weekly treatment. As you can see, I've used it all. This particular tube probably got me about 6 uses, so even though it's only 57 mils, you don't need a lot of it, and that's for hair my length. If you've got hair shorter than mine, you could get at least 10 uses out of this tube. From memory, it costs about $8, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but I picked mine up from Priceline stores. It is very difficult to find it though, so that is definitely something I'm going to mark it down on. So not all stores will stock this, but if you can find it, it definitely is worth the price. Usage, as far as that goes, it's a very thick, rich cream conditioner, and it's used just after you shampoo. You only need to leave it in for about 2 or 3 minutes and then rinse it out. You can comb it through if you want, but it isn't necessary to do so. I noticed with this particular product that the shininess of my hair is definitely improved, but it definitely does feel a lot more conditioned once I've used this product. The smell, it's nothing special, it's just like a generic conditioning smell, so it's not really offensive. I don't think it's going to offend anybody's nose. So this particular product definitely made my hair shinier and softer and more moisturised. For this product, I am going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I do believe that for the price it is well worth it. You don't get a lot in the tube, but it lasts for such a long time. I've been looking to replace this tube, but the problem is I have been looking for about 2 months and I haven't been able to find it yet. I do notice that when they are in stock, they sell like hotcakes. So if you do really like this product, if you try it and you like it, I would probably recommend stocking up on 1 or 2 tubes at a time because they are rare as hen's teeth to find. But yeah, that's really the only thing I could find wrong about this product. And the last 2 products kind of work in a team, but I'll review them separately as well. The first one is the Macadamia Healing Oil Treatment, and the next one is the Macadamia Natural Oil Deep Repair Mask. So, I was a little skeptical at first because they are really expensive. For both of these it cost me about $80, so I think this was about $44, $45, and this was about $35 for this size. As far as price goes, I don't think it's very expensive for the oil because you need the tiniest amount. However, for the deep repair mask, I was a little bit skeptical because you really don't get a lot. It's only 250 mils in here and it costs a lot more than the other tubs that I get, which are 500 mils. As far as consistency and smell, the deep repair mask is a very, very thick cream. The smell is, it's a very standard generic conditioning smell, so nothing special. The healing oil treatment is oil, basically, so the consistency of a thicker kind of oil. The smell, it reminds me of angel perfume, so it's a very foody, natural, almost floral kind of smell. It's very girly and it does linger for a while, but that I like because I really do like the smell of this product. If you don't like a really strong smell, you may want to get the smaller trial size first to see if it bothers you. But it doesn't last very long in my hair, so don't worry too much about it. So I've used this product I think 3 or 4 times since I purchased it, and I haven't really used as much as I thought I would. When I use it in my hair, I only use it on the mid-lengths to the ends, and I probably use about the size of a 50-cent piece, so about that much in the palm of my hand. I spread it out and blend it through. What I have been doing for 2 of those times is also adding a pump, more like half a pump of the healing oil treatment, mixing it in. So I put it in my hand, have the conditioning treatment in there first, do half a pump of the healing oil treatment, use my finger and just mix it in. Then I blend it out and work it through the lengths of my hair. Okay, so ease of use. Basically, once it's in your hair for the actual deep repair mask, all you need to do is leave it in there for 7 to 10 minutes. I normally leave mine in for 10 to 15 minutes, just a little bit extra, and then you rinse it out. You can comb it through, but again, it's not necessary. It depends on the thickness of your hair. Once it's rinsed out, when I first used the product, I felt a little disappointed when I was using it, because when I was rinsing it out with some of the other conditioning treatments, your hair feels not slimy in a bad way, but like silky and smooth and soft and very moisturized when you're rinsing it. With this, I didn't get that feeling when I was rinsing my hair out, so I was a little worried that I just wasted my money on the product. So I'm rinsing it out and I'm like, oh, it doesn't really feel very soft, does it? I got out of the shower, dried my hair off, let it dry almost completely, naturally, and then I blow dried my hair. Now, it was after it was dry that I really noticed the difference. My hair was so smooth and so shiny, more than any other product that I have used. It was very, very silky. The one thing I noticed is that it was very flat. So my hair is naturally flat, but normally it's a bit fluffy and fly away. This really smoothed down my hair and made it incredibly shiny. So I did really like it, and I did notice a difference between the texture of my hair from being fluffy and slightly brittle to being a bit more moisturized and definitely shinier. The one thing I did notice is it made it so much shinier, and it looked really, really healthy. It didn't weigh down my hair and it didn't make it feel greasy at all, and that's a good thing for me because I've got very fine hair and flat hair anyway. So I didn't feel as disappointed after I dried my hair as when I was rinsing it out. I was getting very worried, but I am impressed with this product. I think when I use them together, my hair, I get better results. It feels more nourishing and it turns out to be a lot more shiny. When I use the healing oil treatment by itself, I normally wait until my hair is almost dry, put it through the ends and then blow dry it or straighten it or do whatever to it. And I definitely do notice a difference in the shininess of my hair. But if you use too much, I notice that it kind of gets a little bit oily on the ends, at least for my hair it did anyway. What I was thinking about doing is that I do notice that the deep repair mask works a lot better in my hair when I use the pump of the oil. So, basically what I'm getting at is overall out of 10, I give this product an 8.5 to a 9. I probably am going to stick to the 8.5. The reason for that is it is very expensive. As far as the results, I'm definitely impressed. As far as the comparison goes, if you aren't wanting to spend as much money on a deep conditioning mask as this, what I would recommend is that you can get the trial size of the healing oil treatment, or the full size. If you are impressed with the trial size, then you can get the full size. But to improve the results of, say for example, the chamomile conditioning treatment, or even the coconut oil, add a pump of this stuff in with your normal conditioning treatment to improve the results. That way not only do you get the benefits of the healing oil treatment, but it's in a cheaper conditioning mask. For myself, the one that I would probably choose to put it in with would be the Earth and Body henna wax treatment. So I think that these would be very comparable. But the results, this is definitely better. And you'd hope it would be, considering the price. For the price, it's hard to say whether or not it's worth spending it. I myself would go out and repurchase it, but I don't think I would be using this once a week, every week, because it would just become too expensive. I may use alternating weeks, so one week I'll use something like this, a cheaper product, the next week I'll use this. That way I get more use out of it. As far as results though, I am actually impressed with this product, so even considering the price, so yeah, an 8.5. For the actual oil itself, probably more so an 8, because I do think it works really well. The price for this is cheaper, so I don't think it's too expensive because you really don't need a lot of it. It can be used in wet or dry hair, it can be mixed in with the conditioning treatment or used by itself. So I do like the versatility of this particular product and the ease of use. So that's my hair care review comparison. I hope you guys found it helpful and interesting. If you have any questions, like always, please let me know below and I'll be more than happy to answer them. I guess in closing, it's hard to tell you whether or not it's worth spending the $45 or $40 on this particular product when you could just go and spend $4 on olive oil. There is definitely a noticeable difference in the results, and I myself am pleasantly surprised with the results from the Deep Repair Macadamia Oil Mask. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend, I wouldn't really worry about going out and spending it on this mask, because for something like this, which you get twice as much and it only costs about $7, you can go and get the trial size of the oil and mix it in with it and get results that are, for the price, comparable to this. So that's probably what I would recommend if you don't have a lot of money to be spending on hair care or hair care products. So that's all you'd need to do, is just, instead of buying this, get a smaller oil and mix it in with a cheaper conditioning mask. And that way the results, they may not be exactly the same as the more expensive conditioning mask, but for the price, you're not going to complain. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful. I'll see you again soon. Bye!